I am live tonight to talk about your throat chakra. Every Thursday, I jump in and do a quick lesson on why you need to open up your throat chakra to become a better public speaker. So by opening up your throat chakra, you're going to be able to speak with more ease and confidence, reduce your speaking anxiety, finally speak your truth, and truly manifest your desires. So I really think that we have to speak with our full bodies, not just our physical bodies and our mental minds, but also our spiritual bodies. And the best way, because we're using our voice, is to keep a focus on our throat chakra. And of course, the chakras are a system, so you can't only have an open throat chakra and hope to succeed with your speech. You have to keep in mind all of the chakras. My light's going a little crazy tonight, but let me tell you a little bit more about chakras if you're not familiar with them. So I believe in the system that has 7 chakras. It's Anadea Judith's method. I look at her as my chakra teacher, and for her, the body is this vehicle, consciousness is the driver, and yoga is the path, where chakras are the map. So chakras are our way, or our organizing centers, really, for the reception, assimilation, and transmission of life's energies. And so what that means in terms of speaking and for our throat chakra is that it's our way of really transmitting our energy into our audience. And they'll be able to receive our message better when we're speaking with our chakras. So our throat chakra is all about communication. The color's blue, which, I'm all about blue. In my logo is the symbol for the throat chakra. If you've ever wondered why I have this pretty flower with an upside down triangle, it's because I'm all about the throat chakra. And today's lesson is really diving into what we say and making sure that we're speaking the truth. So I don't know about you, but if you've ever been put in a challenging situation, you've had to say something you didn't really want to say, or share information you really didn't want to share, maybe you felt your throat closing up, right? It feels like your throat's closing in on itself and you're not able to get the words out. And that is really your throat chakra constraining you. And so even if you're not into like the energetic body stuff, Anadea Judith points out, and like you can Google it, look at the Mayo Clinic and see that it's this biochemical response is happening when our throat closes up. It's not physical. Like doctors aren't able to say, oh yeah, no, your throat's like swollen and closing shut. It's something else. So I choose to label that, and like these other biochemical responses that we have, as more chakra energy that's going through our body. But if you want to think about it as your body's and your brain are releasing these neurotransmitters, like biochemical responses, go for it. Up to you. Got something in my throat chakra now, see? I was going to share with you all a story tonight that I don't really share with people, but I think it is the earliest memory I have of knowing that I was doing something wrong, and I think it is my earliest memory of lying, especially to my parents. So in 4th grade, I was going to a slumber party with my friends. I had 2 best friends at the time. Their names were Nicole and Brenda, and they kind of lived on the wrong side of the tracks, but like my whole town growing up was the wrong side of the tracks, but like their trailer park was the really wrong side of the tracks, if you can imagine. So Nicole and Brenda and I were going over to Nicole's house, and I asked my mom if I could have money to stop and buy us some snacks, and she was like, no, like there's food at Nicole's house. You guys don't need to buy snacks at the gas station. Like you'll be fine. Well, being, the 10, 11-year-old that I was like, okay, fine. If my mom's not going to give me money, then we'll just kind of go by the gas station, pick out the snacks that we want, put them in my backpack, and head out. Like, no big deal. My brothers were kind of stealing from the gas station. My brothers were definitely stealing from the gas station for a long time. Thought everything would be fine. Everything was not fine. So come to find out, my brothers had stolen a lot from the gas station, and so had all of the other kids in town. And the owner was really tired of it because there was only, well, there's 2 gas stations in the little town I grew up in, but that's it. And so the owner decided to call the police on the 3 10-year-olds that we were because we were stealing, and it is serious. I don't mean to laugh about it, but back in the day, like, telling it now, it seems a little ridiculous. So anyhow, I'm in the back of the police car. I know I'm in big trouble because the gas station's like 3 houses away from my house. The gas station's 1 house away from my house. It's a very tiny town. My brothers come out to see what the commotion is, and I'm in the back of a police car. I felt so much shame and embarrassment, and I can like feel the shame in my body telling you all. So we drive the 2 minutes to the little police station, and the police officer makes us each call our parents and has a meeting with all of us. And like, I know I'm in big trouble. And I consciously made the choice to continue lying because I knew that my parents would believe me if I said that it wasn't my idea, because I was the sweet angel that, of course it was Brenda and Nicole's idea, and we shouldn't, wasn't me. So my parents believed me, and it was really crappy because the police officer like put each of us in a room and talked to us individually with our parents and was like, whose idea was it? And so I blamed it on Nicole, but Brenda and Nicole both blamed it on me. And thankfully, it was such a small town in the middle of nowhere, and the worst, we had to write an essay on why stealing was wrong, which I took very seriously, by the way. And the thing is, though, is I knew that I had lied, and I knew, like, I felt my throat closing like tighter than it had ever closed before.